Hello everyone, we are starting a new Java batch. Here we will be discussing the core Java concepts by following this complete reference book. So we will be going through step by steps, or you can say page by page, all the concepts that is given on this big book. Basically, we will read this book together and we will try to understand more detailed concept of core Java, and it is going to be a complete practical course. Okay, so we will be doing all the codings here over the Eclipse. I have Eclipse ready, and whatever concept we need to understand, that we are going to discuss over the Paint. So here we will draw the picture and we will try to understand more over the concept, whatever we should be knowing that. So book will take as a reference so that we don't miss anything. Okay. So it's like this session is going to split in multiple parts. So I will be uploading this on YouTube part by part. So if we talk about syllabus, so this book has four different parts. The first part is discuss about the Java language. So majorly we are going to discuss about this first, where the first two topic, if you see that is more of a theory, so we'll cover this at the last or somewhere later. But to make it practical courses, right, we will just start with the data types, variable, and arrays. So our course will start from here. It will go to operator, control statement, introducing classes, okay, method and classes, inheritance, package, interface, exception handling, multi-threading, enumeration, auto boxing, annotation, metadata, IO applet, and other topics. Okay, and the generics at the last here. At part two, we are going to discuss about the Java libraries, where we'll have string handling, right? Knowing the java.lang package, that's another package that by default imported in all the class. We will be discussing the collection framework in details. We will be going to the more utility class in that we have in Java, like runtime and others. We will be discussing about exploring course Java IO package, that very important for input output. Then we'll cover more about the networking that Java support. Then applet, you can do some design over the web. Even it's very rarely used, but we can see the concept of that. Very less web browser support the applet now, but yeah, we can just try that practically. Event handling is important. Then we'll see a couple of AWT. Okay, here we will be designing the Java graphical window. Okay, we'll see the control layout, everything, images. Then we'll see concurrency utilities and NIO, again, input output package from the Java. So then Java wins. We'll discuss swing. We'll see the topic of swing, then servlet. Then we'll go through the applet, servlet. So by this, all four topics that we are going to discuss. So let's directly move to the variables, data types and variables. So it will start from page number 33. So I will move to the page number 33. Let me directly go to the 33 line. Class start with this a first sample program in Java. Okay. So in Java, we have a concept of class, and then we can write the public static void main. So let's discuss this over the Eclipse. So in Eclipse, you see, I have created a hello world class. It's a public class. We'll discuss that concept later. It's in Java 1 package, that custom package we created. We can change this. The package concepts again we'll discuss later. And what we have to know here, that in a Java, if we have a class that we want to run, then in that class, we definitely should have the main method. And the signature of main method should be like this: public static void main and string arguments. Okay. Each word has a meaning, so we will discuss in details later. As of now, suppose I want to just print some message. So I'll print system dot out dot println, and I will type here my first program in Java. Okay. And then I will go ahead and run this. And if you right click on the program, it will say get run as option. You can run it as Java application. What is the run on server? We'll see later. But as of now, we can run on Java application, and it is going to run the code. Okay. So if you are doing code in Eclipse, it's good. But for initially learning purpose, we can start doing coding in uh, command prompt, or you can say we can start compiling or executing our code from command prompt as well. So as a sample program, I like to show this as well. So let me move to the one directory. I have some folder Java programming where I stored a couple of Java program, but I will try to write a sample program here. So for that, I will open a notepad and I'll give this name my first Java program. This is the file name .java. So it will ask to create. So I'll say yes. So it's going to create one Java program file. So now I will just try to write the this one sample code here. So I'll write public class my first Java program. You see that I'm writing the same class name. I'm creating class name with the file name is same. Okay. So there is concept behind this. We can have a different name as well, same name as well. But if we have a public class, then the file name must be same as the public class name. Okay, if we have normal class like default, then it can be anything, and it has some further more concept that we'll discuss in details. So as we saw in the Eclipse, we definitely should have a main method in our class. So I'll create a main method, which will say public static void main string args. This args is a variable name. This name can be anything, so we can put any name there. And I'm going to print something again, system dot out dot println Java program 1 or something. All right, I save this. So in Eclipse, we saw that we can right click and run our program, right? But when you do that, behind there, two things happen. First, it will compile the code, and second, it will run the code. So for compiling, we have to do Java C, and we have to give the file name. So Java C is a compiler that will go and compile the entire code and generate the bytecode for this. And that bytecode is platform independent. It can run anywhere. Like if you're compiling on Windows, it can run on Mac or Linux. So that example also we'll see later. As of now, I'm going to compile. If there is no error, it is not going to show any error. If you have any error, like I put one here and save, it is going to show the error. Like what is saying that illegal start type 1. You see here it's saying, right? So any error on the code, it will show the error. And okay, so I change, so I'll compile again. There is no error. Now I'm going to run. So to run, I need to write the command Java. Okay, so Java is like a runtime environment, JVM we call. So this will be running our program. So when I press enter, it is going to print the Java program 1 that we have provided here. So this is a very basic Java code. Throughout the session, we will be using this command prompt as well to run our program, and Notepad as well to write the code. And We will be writing the code in Eclipse as well. Okay. We will be doing a exercise on couple of questions with the puzzle questions. So we will see what is the output coming for what program we wrote when we go for a statement and loops. So that we are going to cover as well. So as per the first syllabus that we promised, like to start with, we have to start with variables. Okay. So see, same thing is given here, like how do you compile a program, how do you run the program that I have shown using the command prompt. So this is the explanation that I have told, and they explain little more regarding the comments that we'll see later. This is called multi-line comment, where you start with slash star and end with that star slash. So this is going to comment the line of code. Now it's explaining about the class. Okay, so this is the explanation about the main method that they have discussed here. So this is the explanation about the main method that is discussed here. Now we have discussed the same, but detail we'll see later. Now here in this book, we have one more program that's called example 2, and that is regarding showing the variable parts. Okay, so let's see one more program here. So I will just comment this line of code. If you give double slash, it will get comment. So in Java, we create variables to store some data on the runtime. Okay, so for that, we have multiple types of variable. Like if I want to store the number, I can store an integer num equal to 100. Getting, and then once we store, I can use this variable, or I can print this like num. If I say it will print. Even what I can do system.out.println. I can do here num plus 5. So it will do the addition of that variable and then it will print. So this is the println. So let's run the code and see. This I will just save this program, and here is saying 100 and 105 is printing. But after this, if you try to print again num, it will print 100 only. It will not print 105 because we just added the values in that variable, but we have not stored back. So this is just like num plus 5 is getting passed to println and they are printing. If you want the changes in num right, then we have to write something like that, number equal to number plus 5. If we do this, then only it's going to add 5 in the number. So I'm going to run Java application. See, it's getting added. And we can print here some text also, like number, then I can say plus num. So this is called concatenation because we are concatenating string and integer. So that get printed. So I'm going to run again. So it's printing number plus 105. So that's what something this discuss in this book as well. If you see here, here it's showing the example of multiplication, and you can concatenate two value like printing here and the second one. So this is how the output is coming from here. Here it's adding and doing this. This is the second program. So I will be providing the all the code that we're going to do in a GitHub. Okay, and I will attaching this book as well in the GitHub. So you can go through this book together and we can further learn more. So for the first session, we'll wind up here. And second section, we'll see more about the variable declaration, how we initialize, what should be the variable name, what are the rules, regulations we have to follow when we are creating a variable's name. And then we'll jump to the control statements, if else, switch. So thank you guys. I will upload the second video soon as well. soon, and then we'll keep connected.